Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a rather casual video because I feel like a lot of my videos recently have been like vlogs, which like, you know, inherently casual, but also I just kind of wanted to sit down, kind of ramble a little bit, so that's what we're doing today. So today I'm going to be talking about books and putting on my makeup for the day in the books and makeup tag. It's been around for a really long time and I don't know who the creator of this tag is, and I'm not sure if it, like, the original video is still up, but I just found the questions on a blog, so if you want to see them, I'll like link it below. Little preface though, my makeup routine isn't too involved. I don't really put on like a full face. It's pretty like casual, just because my skin would absolutely hate me if I did anything else. So some of these questions I won't have like a product for, but I will still tell you the book. So question number 1 is primer. Pick a book that left a lasting impression on you. Now, I'm not gonna put on primer today. I don't usually put on primer, but if I am gonna use a primer, it would be the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I don't have it with me, which is unfortunate, but it's just really pretty. So instead for my primer, I'm just gonna put on this acne cream that my dermatologist prescribed me. Fun stuff, I know. It has to be done though. I think for this one, oh, I have it. Should I go grab it? I'm gonna put this on and then I'll talk about it. My face is now super red, but I'm gonna grab the book. Oh, I forgot I was gonna put my hair up. Okay, that's like order of business number 1. And then also to deal with my bangs, I'm gonna put on this headband that I got from Disney, just because it's so cute. They're little poo ears, and I put this on every day to keep my bangs out of the way. I also realized I don't have a mirror, so that's unfortunate, but we're working with what we have here. So the book I'm choosing for this one is We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. This book, like when I first read it, it was kind of like I was reading it for a video. I read it in like a day. I was like, whatever. Like, I probably will never think about this book again. But I think about this book like too often. I don't know. It's just so strange and so weird. I have so many questions, but also it's strange in a good way because Shirley Jackson's writing is just so superb. It sets like such an eerie atmosphere and you don't really know what's going on. I still don't really know what's going on, but I still really enjoyed this book and I'm gonna reread it again sometime soon just because it was, like I said, so odd, but I really, really loved it. So question 2 is foundation. I also don't wear foundation just because I don't like the feeling of it on my skin. Like, it looks really nice, but I respect people who do. Like, it looks so good. I just like personally can't do it. And this one is going to be the favorite first book in a series. I typically find that I don't prefer the first book in a lot of series. I feel like the second or third books are always my favorite. But my favorite first book in a series is probably going to be From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'm specifically choosing this one because I really dislike the rest of the books in this series that are currently out. I just feel like From Blood and Ash was such a strong start. It was a really good intro to her character. I loved the romance and like all the betrayal and everything about the romance and the plot in that book is so good. It's fast-paced, you're really interested to see what happens. It's just such a fun time. I like read that book so quickly. Okay, so number 3 is eyebrows, and that is to pick a book that you think everybody should read. As far as eyebrows goes, I literally just used some clear brow gel. This is my NYX Control Freak. I found it in Target one day in like high school and it's just been the go-to ever since. But like, this does the job, you know? And then as for a book that I think everybody should read, so for this one I'm going to go with The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. I read this book last September. Really just like holds the place as the only book that has ever made me cry. And I don't even know, the ending of this book was like very coming of age. Like, you know, it had to happen, but I was so sad. And I just think it's such a fantastic story. It's a retelling of The Jungle Book, but instead it is this boy being brought up by ghosts in a graveyard, and I just adored that concept so much. I loved all the characters. I just think everybody can find something in this book that they enjoy. Oh, I loved it so much. I think I'm definitely gonna read it again this year, like in the fall time, and I'm so excited. I just loved it so much. Okay, next up is concealer. Pick some characters you wish didn't exist. So for concealer, I use the CoverGirl Outlast All Day Concealer. I think this tube is like really old and I can't find it in stores anymore, so I have to buy it on Amazon. I don't even know what it is about this concealer. It's just really good. So I'm gonna look over there because that's where my mirror is. And then I just blended it with my finger. And then I will also put it on like any problem areas, any friends who decided to join the party. There's a lot of them. I'm actually gonna put on my powder right now just because I need to do it before this creases anymore. So, but I'll talk about the questions in a second. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me powder. Again, I just picked this up from like Walgreens or something on a whim one day, and I was like, you know what? That'll do. The question for concealer was pick some characters you wish didn't exist. So my answer for concealer, I'm just gonna grab the first book in this series because it does the job. And I think she's introduced in this book. I'm not exactly sure. But I was trying to pick books that I don't normally talk about a lot, but I also feel like I don't really talk about the Dark Artifices a bunch. So the character that I really wish did not exist in this book specifically is Zara Dearborn. Like, you know her, you hate her. She's the absolute worst, like most infuriating character I have ever run across. And I just wish somebody would like cut that bitch in half with a serif blade. I'm not a fan. She could like go to the Bone City, if you know what I'm saying. And then the question for powder was to pick a favorite last book in a series. For a while it was a toss-up for me whether I liked Shadow and Bone or Ruin and Rising more. I definitely did not like Siege and Storm. I mean, it didn't introduce one of my favorite characters, but like, that's not the point. But I do think Ruin and Rising was my favorite of the trilogy. I feel like it wrapped everything up really well. You got a lot of character background information that you were like really wanting the whole time. There were so many moments in that book where I was like, oh, like physically covering my mouth, like in shock. Like, I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. It was really fast paced. There was always switching setting. And the ending of that book was really heartwarming too. I would be interested to know what your guys' favorites are. Let me know, because, you know, I'm sure a lot of you have read that series, so let me know which one is your favorite. Eyeshadow, pick a book with your favorite colors on the cover. I also don't normally wear eyeshadow. Every now and then I will just like throw some highlighter on my lids. But sometimes I will take a color out of the Naked to Basics palette. I've had this for like 6 years. It's probably not good to use it anymore, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Literally think I bought this in 8th grade. I'm a junior in college now, that's gross. I will just like throw, I don't know, what is this one? Stark or Skimp on my lids. I feel like a beauty guru. Literally, when I have another YouTube channel that I don't post on anymore, but I started it like 5 years ago or something. I really thought I was gonna be the next beauty guru. I was like making all the makeup videos. I was like, do we see the, it's kind of funny though. Obviously I don't post on it anymore. Kind of embarrassing. I think I deleted all the videos, but it's just kind of funny to think about. So yeah, just gonna throw that color on there real fast because my eyelids get greasy. I'm sure you all know. Or maybe you don't. If you don't, I'm envious. So personally, my favorite color is green, but very specific shades of green. I like a nice sage green, or like a bluey-ish green color, or like a dark forest green color, like the shirt that I'm wearing today. And I don't think I have any books that fit that description. But I'm gonna take a look and I'll come back with some nice colored books. This said to pick a book with your favorite colors on it, but I picked books, as in multiple. So I'm gonna show you them anyway. We have The Hobbit. I love this. I also love like a nice foresty green color. Chain of Gold. I love the bluey green in the background and like on the spine. Very cute. I also think it looks really nice with the gold color. This really cute edition of The Wind in the Willows has this like light greenish blue color, and it also has like more green on the back. The Lightning Thief has that like dark greeny blue color. And I also have this edition of A Christmas Carol, which matches my shirt really well actually. It's like the same shade. Next is eyeliner. I also don't wear eyeliner because I would mess it up so badly. I have tried to learn how to do winged eyeliner so many times in my life. It has never gone well for me, so I just don't even try anymore. But this one is to pick a dark and mysterious book. So for this one, I'm going to choose Death Note. This is volume 1, but like really, I feel like any of the volumes. Although this one, I feel like has the most mystery because it's the first book and you're like, I don't know. This book is very dark because, you know, the whole premise, if you don't know, which I feel like you might, it's very popular. But this guy, Light, that's him, finds this notebook on the ground, and it turns out that whose ever name he writes in it will die. Pretty dark, pretty mysterious. I really enjoy this series. I'm honestly, actually I think I've been in the middle of the 3rd book in the manga for like a really long time. I think I introduced it in like one of my vlogs from last April, and I'm still working on it. I watched the anime first, and if you, this is gonna be a very basic recommendation, but if you like anime, you should watch Death Note, or even if you don't, I feel like it's really good. Next up, we have Mascara, which is to pick a long book. So personally, I would classify a long book as like over 800 pages, probably. So I haven't read too many of them, so I'm just gonna tell you about all of them. Okay, so for mascara, I use the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I've literally also been using this since high school, but this is a new tube though, so. And I also don't put eyelash or mascara on the bottom lashes because I don't wear waterproof mascara, because I used to, but then I was like taking my eyelashes off every night when I tried to take it off. So I just don't want it to run too badly. So for a long book, I do find that generally my enjoyment of long books is rather high because you get to, you know, be with these characters for a long time. The plot is usually like pretty well developed, and I think I've enjoyed like all of the long books that I've read, giving them like 4 or 5 stars. Because they were like Priory of the Orange Tree, and that one was so good. I gave that one 5 stars. The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson was also really good, and I gave it 5 stars. What else have I read? Queen of Air and Darkness is like 900 pages, and I also really enjoyed that one. Same thing with like It, and have I read any other super long ones? You know what, that might be it. Long books are a commitment, but generally I've enjoyed all of them, so really take any of those as a rec. Next up we have blush. I do have a couple options here. I will either use the Milani blush in Luminoso. This one, it's a classic. Then we also have the Laura Geller blush in Tropic Hues. I think I'm gonna go for Luminoso though, so. And the question for this is to pick a book with a cringe-worthy romance. I do have one for this, and it might be kind of controversial because this book is very popular right now. Like, even I rated it highly. That was a lot of blush. Oh, it'll be okay. I have listened to some other people's reviews of it, and they're making some points, not gonna lie. I kind of just rated it highly because I like the concept, and you know, as a woman in STEM myself, I wanted to show some support, but I think the romance in this book is questionable at best. And that is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. Now, while I was reading this, I thought it was like kind of cute. It was kind of fun. I wasn't obsessed, but I gave it a 4 stars. But upon further evaluation and like thinking about the romance, it's kind of weird in a way. Like, I think this book raises a lot of important issues that don't have anything to do with the romance, like abusive power in the workplace and men in STEM not treating women in STEM with enough respect. The romance just was not my favorite. Like, the age gap is weird. Somebody pointed out that like all of the cute moments in this book were kind of like forced on the couple, and now that I think about it, I don't know how I feel about it. It was good, but it's just not my favorite romance. You know, I like the content, just not the romance. Next is highlighter. For highlighter, I use the Becca highlighter in, what are you? Opal. This is very, very busted. Like, I don't know if I can adequately show you. Yeah. I don't know what happened to it. It was just chilling in my bag, and this happened, but it's fine because it's still usable. I could like put it back together, but this works just fine. And then the question for this one is to pick a book that brightens your day. Okay, so for this one, I think I'm gonna go for The Referendum by J.R.R. Tolkien. I think I've also recommended this in another video. I'm not sure. This book is just so damn cute, and I can't get over it. It's about a little dog who bites a wizard on the butt, and the wizard's like pissed. So he turns the dog into a toy dog, and the little toy dog goes on all these adventures. He goes to the moon, he goes like under the sea, and it's heartwarming, honestly. It's really short. It's like 100 pages maybe. Well, I guess that's not really short, but it's like rather short, and it's just really cute. And then for the last question is lipstick. I also don't wear lipstick, so I'm just gonna use this e.l.f. Ride or Die lip balm. It's like a little peachy tint kind of thing. It's not super pigmented. Oh, that is more pigmented than I remember it being. Oh my god, it smells so good though. It smells like, have you ever had those peach rings that are like sour candy? I need to take some of this off though because I look like a clown. And then I also have this ColourPop lip gloss in Round Midnight. Honestly, it's not my favorite color, but it is kind of cute. And then my favorite book, Kiss. I don't really know if I have a good one for this. Like, none of them really speak to me. Actually, okay, this one is, it is a kiss. Not exactly, okay, I'll explain it because I'm like over explaining it. So, the one that I'm choosing for this question is in Crooked Kingdom. And does this happen in Crooked Kingdom? Yeah. And it's the one where, you know, Jasper thinks he's kissing Wyland, but it's actually Kawaii. Very memorable. Very memorable. It's so funny. I remember reading that. I was like, oh my god, finally. And then 3 seconds later, I was just disappointed. It's just funny to me, and that's just what I'm gonna choose for this. Because I can't really think of any, like, serious, you know, kiss between, like, the 2 main characters that I was like, yeah, let's go. So this is the one that pops into my mind. So, that's it. I'm going to take this off. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Honestly, I had a lot of fun, and I feel like I did like a decent job of picking books that I don't talk about in every single video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, my makeup routine isn't very extensive, but it was still just kind of fun to sit down, do my makeup, have a little chat. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know down below. What did I ask earlier? What was that? What's your favorite book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy? If you've read it. If you haven't read it, do you like any of these books that I've talked about today? Let me know. We can start a little, what's that word? Repertoire? No. Repartee? There's the one. We can have a little repartee in the comments. I just need to stop. Okay. So yeah, that's enough of that. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.